Hey guys, welcome to our next video. I'm from the Salesforce Tools team, and this video is a continuation from our SOQL video. And in this video, we are going to be taking a look at SOSL in Salesforce. SOSL, or the Salesforce Object Search Language, is an important feature, and unlike your SOQL language, it allows you to search for values in fields across multiple S objects. For example, you can search for a particular value like this test string in multiple objects at the same time. In SOQL, this is not possible since SOQL only works with one single object at a time. But SOQL has its own set of limitations where it has much stricter rules on how many objects you can search on and how many results it gives you. Again, for any references, you can go to our website, salesforcetools.com, and go to the Salesforce developer and the SOSL in Salesforce section. You would be able to find all the references that I use for this video. Now, the most common difference between your SOQL and SOSL is that your SOQL always starts with a select keyword, whereas the SOSL always starts with a find keyword, which is mentioned right here. Now, you can also search across multiple objects, and you have to provide all the objects that you want to search from in a comma separated way. So let us take a look at a really simple example. So as you can see, this is a really simple example of SOSL, where this query is searching for this SFDC string in the account and the contact object. You can also specify what fields to search from. So it is searching from the name field on the account and the first name and the last name field on the contact. So as you can see, syntax wise, it works like this. It uses a find keyword, then it searches in all fields, returning account, name, contact, first name, and last name. So let me go to our org and try to run this example in our developer console. So we can use the query editor to run SOSL queries as well, just like we can do the SOQL queries. So let me open our developer console. So we go to query editor, and in here we write find SFDC in all fields, returning account, and here you have the name, then comma. Oh, I think I spelled account wrong. Contact, first name, and the last name. Now I can run this query. As you see, it found two records. It found one account record and it found one contact record. So this way you are able to search for all the records which have SFDC in their names. Now you can also run this query in your workbench, and let us do that right now. The workbench also supports all of the SOSL operations just like it does for SOQL. So you can log into your production. Like since I am using a developer org, I'll use the production as login. Then in here, you can go to SOSL search. And in here also, you can search for any string like this. And then you can specify whatever you are like returning the object from. So it also has like a query builder right here. So you see an example that we can mention that we are only searching on the name field, but if we don't mention this bracket name in here, we just mention the account, it will look for this SFDC value in all the fields on the account. So your SOSL also helps in searching for a particular value across all the fields on an object. This is its advantage over the SOQL. So I can run this query here. You can see it only found one record. And similarly, you can also run the same query in here. So that is only searches for the account and the contact. And now in here, you can see it returned me an account record as well as the same contact record that you are searching for. Now, the next part of this is like using this in an Apex context. So I'm gonna open this developer console. So unlike SOQL, SOSL is a little bit different when you use it in your Apex. And that difference is that I have to use these curly brackets when I'm running an SOSL query in my query editor. But when I run this query in Apex, these curly brackets will be replaced by a single quote. So I'll run this query in the same query in Apex like this. I'm gonna run select single quotes SFDC. Oh, not select actually, find SFDC in all fields returning account name, comma, contact first name, comma, last name. And unlike SOSL, I mean, since this can return me results across multiple objects, so the return type of all SOSL queries is list of as object like this. So I'm gonna just name it as object list like this, and then I can debug this list. Or even before, if you go to an example on our website, you're able to see once we return this query, how are we able to access the data across both account and contact objects. So since this is a list of as objects, so the first list is the list of account records and the second list is the list of contact records. So you can do something like this. And then I'm going to debug both of these out. Like accounts and your contacts. I'm going to execute this. And you are able to see that we are able to get both the account and contact records like this. So this is the syntax you use when you run an SOSL query in your Apex. One more thing is, if I just use the workbench to demonstrate the example, instead of searching in all fields, you can also apply a filter here to only search in the name field or in the phone fields or the email fields. So similarly, if you want to just search in email fields, you will say find SFDC in email fields. If you just want to search in name fields, you'll say find SFDC in name fields. And then if you want to search in phone fields, you can say find SFDC in phone fields. This query will only look for this value in the phone type fields on the account. Currently, Salesforce only provides these three filters: the name, phone, and the email. But more support could be added later as per how Salesforce develops this functionality. Now, certain limitations on using SOSL queries is like, if you again go to our website and look for an example, is that SOSL queries have actually really low limits as compared to SQL queries. And you can find these limits by going into this topic on our website, which is differences between SOSL and SQL. You are able to see all the differences between SOSL and SQL queries. But before we talk about the limits in detail, let me show you guys some more example of SOSL queries. So again, this is the query that we are using in the example. And in here, we're just searching for Salesforce drillers instead of SLBC. But let's say you want to apply any filters like the where clause, the way you do it in SQL queries. So where clause also works here. It is just applied a little differently. And the way it is applied is, so let me copy this example. So I'm going to talk about this star operator a little in a minute. But so you are searching from the account, right? If you specify to search from the name like this, then you are able to apply this where clause here. So I'm applying a where clause here that this account should be created in this month only. This query works and this returns me the data. But if I don't specify here that I want to search the name field and I try to run this query, this will throw me an error. So this means that in order for you to apply a where clause in your SOSL queries, you need to filter out the fields. You cannot search in all fields of an object. Now to the star operator, this works like an autocomplete. What that means is this signifies the name could have any number of characters after this SFDC value. You can see that the account that got returned had the value of SFDC drillers. So SFDC matched and the star operator took up like all the drillers text. So I can apply this in the start as well. And I remove this from the end. So then it will look for records which have like the SFDC in the last. So since we don't have any of those records, it returned me 0 rows. Alright. Now let's talk about the limits. So the biggest difference between the SOQL and SOSL is that SOQL has a limit of 50,000 records that can be written in a single query, but in SOSL it is really smaller in number and that value is 2000. So this SOSL query will only return at max 2000 records. So you can also apply a limit clause here like this to ensure that this query never breaks. If by chance it returns more than 2000 records for certain examples, then this query will break just like the SOQL. So you always need to apply a limit of 2000 in your SOSL queries just to maintain a best practice. Probably in most of the scenarios, the actual use case of using SOSL queries is that we use it in pages, Visual Force pages, where you want to search across multiple records and multiple objects. But all the other times, mostly we use SOQL queries if we want to fetch actual data from your database. So I hope this beginner session regarding the SOSL was really helpful. You just need to keep in mind that you use the find keyword, build out a current couple of examples, and you should be able to write SOSL queries in no time. So that's it for this session, and I hope to see you guys in our next video.